So let's welcome right now Adam Lightplay, who will be giving us our creative thought.
All right, today's thought's about a positive attitude and all that crap. All right, I'm going to give you a lot of good advice, and a little bit of which I actually practice myself, and the rest I've heard in these kind of seminars, and it really made sense to me. So you can decide what's global and works for you, and what's personal, and you should probably wish you didn't know. Okay, so anyway. Yeah, if you take the foundations class, they probably cover our symbol and what all the meaning of the symbols is, and it's pretty, there's a lot going on, and I still haven't quite figured out what the V does, but what really resonated for me when they started explaining the creative thought symbol to me was the three layers. Let's go over here, like a standard comment. So, you know, we've got these divisions. There's the three layers. And they were explaining, you know, with all the different terms, the impersonal mind and the soul and that. But when it really clicked for me was just when they said seed, soil, plant. And it made a lot of sense. Now, this symbol is a representation of God, but we're God, so it's also a representation of ourselves. And God and us, we're all one, so it's not really three separate things, but it kind of helps to see it in three separate pieces. So, the first layer is the Word, the soil. In the beginning was the Word, and so that's the seed. That's the seed. That's what something grows from. And then it's placed in the middle layer, which is the impersonal soil, the impersonal manifesting nature of God, which gives you what you want. So if you don't get the flower you want, you might want to look at what seed you planted. You can't just say, because God always says yes. You ever have one of those days? I used to have them in traffic sometimes when I'd say, everybody on this road is a freaking idiot. And God would say, oh, that's your affirmation. Okay, here's three more freaking idiots to affirm what you just said. And then the top layer is the plant, the flower, what you get. So the impersonal nature just grows whatever you planted it, and then the end result. And we're all living in that top layer, the Maya, the 3D world that we see. That's the top layer. That's the plant or the flower and the end result of the seed going into the soil. So, the first thing a lot of us learn is the power of positive thinking. We get it from Tony Robbins or Terry Colwyn or wherever we got it from. And in that book, The Celestine Prophecy, the first insight is coincidences, noticing how things connected, and that's what it was for me. So we learn positive thinking and we think, I got it, I've got the keys to the kingdom, I now know how it works. I think our mic looks a little... Is
this projection?
I'm not going to tell you what reflection of what thought this is about. Yeah, see, that's the thing. The positive thinking works a little while. If we're on the mainland, we create parking places and we think we know it all and we've got the power. And then we start moving up to the big things, and God does not deliver on that lottery, even though we clearly visualized it positively, powerfully, personally, present time, all those P's and stuff. That's another class. So then after a while, okay, so this is where it gets personal for me. You know, it didn't always work. It's like I thought I knew, okay, I just hold that vision and I have positive thoughts, and then, you know, I didn't get what I wanted. It didn't seem to work. And over a long, long course of study, I realized that there's the resistance, there's the baggage, there's the other thought. When we teach affirmation, sometimes when people do a lot of affirmation writing, we encourage them to make a response column, which is down the side of the paper, and that's to flush out the other thought. So it's like, you know, everybody loves me. No, they don't. You know, yes, I am one with perfection. No, you're a schmuck. No, I'm one with perfection. Yeah, well, what about this? Yeah. So instead of just trying to pile that good thought in, you also give the other stuff a place to go and wash out, and you deal with it, or you breathe through it. So I really think it's a combination of breathing in, bringing in the good thought, and then also having somewhere for the baggage to go. So then when we get all that baggage out, and 30, 40 years later, we've done all our healing, and now I'm really pissed. I'm jaded, and I'm angry, and I look at Facebook, and I see the world, and it's not as it should be, and this is where it's all conjecture, because I haven't mastered this part yet, but hopefully I will soon. And that's, I suspect, that in the end, it all comes back to that very first lesson. So it's kind of a trick. That first lesson, it's all about your attitude. It's also the very final lesson after you've released the other stuff. And then, I'm hoping, it can be powerful. Now, you might know the old adage about the Native American one about the two wolves. And if you haven't watched the movie Tomorrowland, because it's a great movie that got no street credit at all, but a couple years ago, George Clooney, awesome movie, Tomorrowland, is available at your library. Short commercial announcement. Anyway, and in that one, they mentioned the Native American thing, that there's two wolves fighting. And one wolf is darkness and anger and fear and control and all the stuff we don't like. And the other wolf is light and love and beauty and consciousness and possibility. And these two wolves are fighting. And the father is telling this to the son, and the son goes, well, which wolf is going to win? And the wise elder says, the one that you feed. That's the one that's going to win. So I think that's what it boils down to, is what we spend, how much of our time, how much of our day, how much of our moments, just every day as we go through life, how much of our brain is on, yes, I can make this work, and how much of it is, Jesus, what the heck's going on here? So, I don't know, that's all I got. I'll let you know how it works.
I'm afraid to touch it. I don't ever know where to go after one of Adam's creations. But thank you, Adam. Oh my gosh.
You guys worked that out together?